Welcome to a new Smart Money video. And today we are going to look at Bill Gates' leadership style. We are going to look at the different personality traits, and we are going to look at how that manifested or came across to others, as well as we're going to look at a particular pitfall and caution with this leadership style. If you like to get videos on business, personal growth, and investing, please subscribe to this channel. Bill Gates' leadership style was transformational. Now, what is a transformational leadership style? In order for us to understand that, we need to break it into two pieces. Number one, what is the specific personality traits or actions that a transformational leader will take and do? And the second thing is, how do they come across or manifest to others? Let's look at the personality traits that Bill Gates exhibited in his leadership style. The first thing is that he was forward-looking. He could see the future, so to speak. And not only that, but the big picture. He saw how the personal computer could radically change the future, how the PC was going to be at the heart of so much that we did. He saw how software would be required in order to fully utilize that hardware. So number one, personality trait of a transformational leader, and one that Bill Gates exhibited, was the ability to see into the future, to see the transformation that was required, hence the name transformational leadership. How does this help us? How does it help for us to be forward-looking and to see the big picture? Well, in our own lives, we know that it is better to start with the end in mind, and that it is a helpful practice for us to figure out and to plan the cost of anything we engage in. So if we practice transformational leadership even within ourselves, we're looking forward and seeing what is going to be happening, what do I think is going to be required, and then we work backwards to the present day. This enables us to have a plan of attack, so to speak, and figuring out how to get to our goals, how to get to that end state. Very naturally, this leads into the second aspect of Bill Gates' leadership style, and that is focus on goals. He was said to be quite a goal-focused person. And for ourselves, as we've just described, with getting somewhere, you need to set goals to get there. Another trait that Bill Gates exhibited was a contagious passion. And this is quite special that a lot of leaders have, and they really inspire people. But people are not just inspired and then go away thinking that is amazing. They catch the passion and start to spread it themselves. And so it becomes like a fire spreading from one person to another. And this is very important. Contagious passion, even in our own lives, and what it means for us is that it's important we bring others on board with our vision. We see that they are excited for what we are excited for, and that passion has transferred, because now there is opportunity that this passion can spread to another person. In an organization in particular, this is very useful, as what you can do is set up an organic way of exciting and motivating a group of people rather than relying on a continuous monthly speech or update to get everyone fired up. If you are enjoying this video, please like the video. The last personality trait I'd like to look at before we move on to the manifestations on how it impacts other people, this leadership style, and the pitfalls of the leadership style. So what is the last personality trait? It is perseverance. Bill Gates was known to persevere through the bad times and through the good times, not to give up, to soldier on towards the goals which would bring the transformation. It's quite logical and orderly the way it fits in. If you think about it, you have perseverance, and that perseverance is fueled by passion. That passion carries you towards something. The goals, if ordered and structured in the right way, will enable transformation. So transformational leadership, and the way it applies to our lives, is that we want to bring change. We set up structured and ordered goals so that we can bring change, and then we excite ourselves and others about the goals, and we persevere and push hard towards them. This is a formula for success, and this is indeed what Bill Gates' leadership style was all about. Please comment down below on a piece of advice that you have read about Bill Gates, or perhaps one of the personality traits that you find particularly interesting from him. Now we're going to look at how this manifests to others, and then finally, what are the downsides. The way this manifests to others is really in an empowering way. And by empowering, it is actually getting down to the individual. It is not about just group speeches and rah-rah. Like we see on the movie, we often see in movies these large speeches, these grand speeches, and we feel this emotional lift. But that's not what this is about. This is about empowering the individual. This is about finding a way to translate the vision and the goals to an individual. And Bill Gates was quite famous for paying attention to individuals and enabling and inspiring them. Importantly, not only did he inspire, enable, he cared for them. And so the way it manifests is a very one-to-one relationship. And lastly, he was also famous for educating others, for helping to encourage them towards learning and inspiring them to learn. And this is really important. Often what will happen in business and in our family leadership, we will see something, want to take others along there. However, they lack the skills to get there. And so this means what we need to do is personalize the goals and help them acquire the skills that they need. They're then able to be infused with the passion and the ability to move forward. So transformational leadership, and indeed Bill Gates' leadership style, manifested to others in a personalized, individual way. Now, at the start of the video, I mentioned there was some downsides, and in particular, there are two. The first downside is that transformational leaders can come across quite arrogant. And what do I mean? Well, at the start, a transformational leader is not famous. They're not famous for anything, and usually they come across as arrogant because they're saying, this is where we need to go. This is what we should do. This is the right course of action. Others will look at them and go, well, why? Why you? Why do you get to make that decision? And so it can come across arrogant. However, if people believe in the vision, then what can happen in an organization, especially an organization that is going through a transformation as opposed to starting to transform an industry? So an organization that's going through transformation, what can happen is that some move forward and along with the vision and the leader, and others are left behind. And this is a dangerous thing in transformational leadership, and it's isolation. This is why Bill Gates spent so much one-to-one time encouraging and caring, envisioning, skilling and educating others, because he wanted to ensure that they moved along with. So in Bill Gates' leadership style, he would empower people and spend time with them in a one-to-one basis so that they would not get isolated. They themselves would replicate this leadership model and spend one-to-one time with others, and that would ensure that they were not isolated. So you can mitigate the risk of isolation, and unfortunately there's not much you can do about appearing arrogant or that you know the future in a way that others don't. That is unfortunately one of the things about bringing change and transformation you have to accept, is that you're going to rub some people up the wrong way, but it's okay. Go for your vision, go for what you want to achieve, and bring others along. Thank you for watching the video on Bill Gates' leadership style. Please share this video with someone who you think it'll be useful for. This type of information and the example that Bill Gates set for us in this particular thing is really outstanding and can help to create abundance.